Big exciting news to start your afternoon as all the big stimulus for Stimulus Friday that I have been predicting happened. All the huge stimulus that I had said would happen today happened. And moreover, there were additional surprises. It's like $12 ice cream on sale. I'm very excited for you. Finally, all the items you've been waiting for since October of last year that I said would happen in day 1, day 2, and day 3 of the Biden administration happened today. Meantime, there's additional items on top of that I didn't see coming that were announced and are now law. No less than 6 to 7 big laws have been passed that give you stimulus right now. It's first stimulus, it's second stimulus, and it's actually third stimulus that has been removed and done by executive order. Are you ready for all the deliciousness? Let's get ready to rock and roll. This is Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm so excited for you because there's so much stimulus that has now become a law in the first 3 days of the Biden administration, exactly like how I told you it would happen. The only thing I didn't tell you were the surprise announcements that were added on as well today. I'm really excited for you because finally, you're going to see the big stimulus that you've been owed and hasn't been paid. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. Hit that alert button at the front of this channel, that bell, so you get alert when a next video goes live, and also like this video. Meantime, if you've not become a member, become a member. A Calcino VIP, a Purple Hawk, or Purple Power. There's a link to become a member in the description, in the pinned comment, and also here at the top of the video. In this video, I'm going to go over all this great new stimulus that has now become law that will put money in your hand. I can feel it. My hand is itching right now. And it's not because of that $12 ice cream. There's so much happening across the board. I'm really excited for you. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as we sit here today is that the first 3 days of the Joe Biden administration has delivered you stimulus exactly as I had predicted to you in fall of last year. Day 1 of the Biden administration started with the triple whammy of executive orders, as I told you would happen. On Wednesday, eviction moratorium extended to September of 2021. Mortgage forbearance extended to September. And then student loan debt forgiveness also extended. The triple hitter that I always told you would happen on day 1, now on the books. So you're protected for eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, and student loan debt repayment. Now, what happened this morning? This morning was exactly like how I had told you. I told you over a week ago today, every single day up until today, that this would start with Joe Biden telling Janet Yellen, where are people's unpaid stimulus checks? Pay them ASAP. And that's how the day started. He said, I have instructed the IRS to ensure that stimulus checks are paid ASAP because they're not being paid. So what is IRS doing? It's a two-prong approach. This is regards to first stimulus checks that have been unpaid and second stimulus checks, $600 for individuals, $600 for children, nothing for adult dependents, double for married couples, also unpaid. They're going to do a two-prong approach for this. One, if you've not gotten your second stimulus check, your first stimulus check, then they're encouraging you to file your tax return exactly on the first day that you can file your 2020 tax return, which is February 12th, and in there declare the request for the return of a stimulus check by tax refund that you have not been paid for. Or two, wait for a new online tool to be launched on irs.gov to request your unpaid stimulus check. All these details can be found on irs.gov. as predicted. What else happened as predicted? Rent aid. I told you it was going to happen today. Today, the $300-something billion of the second stimulus that was to send rent out to states and counties that had not been sent out in 8 weeks since it became law is now being sent out. Treasury is sending out money via HUD as predicted, and the money is landing in states and counties. Moreover, Department of Treasury issued a guidance today as to how to apply for that rent. It's restrictive. Ultimately, you need to qualify and do the paperwork. But if you want to get rent aid now and don't want to wait for the rent aid, reach out to the volunteers in the pinned comment to this channel, and they will help you. The community page is in the pin of the description of this video. It sends you to the LALATE page with a series of animals at the top. Reach out to those volunteers, and they can help you get rent right away. Next, SNAP. SNAP. Now, this was not predicted. No, it was not predicted. Under the third stimulus package, there was supposed to be, by bill, an increase of SNAP benefits for an additional 6 months from June of this year to December, because you're already on a 6-month extension of January to June under the second stimulus package, 15% increase already on the books. Well, Joe Biden said, you know what? I'm taking that out, and I'm doing that by executive order. Wow, so this I did not predict. What is SNAP? SNAP is free food. How do you get SNAP? Reach out to the Department of Agriculture, 211. How much does it pay? $1,400 a week. So what's going on here, LALATE? Well, under the second stimulus package, you got a 15% increase, 1.5, from January to June. But what Joe Biden's doing today is he's saying, I'm not waiting for a bill. I'm going to take it out of the bill. I'm going to do it by executive order. So from June to December, an additional 15% automatic became law today. Wow. So summary is you're going to get 12 months of SNAP increases at 15% per payment. And I'm not done there yet. If you are a member, you had seen on my PDF for third stimulus a line item that said PEBT. I had said, I had heard there was going to be a PEBT in the third stimulus package. It wasn't quite clear where I had heard it from, but I put it on the list. Guess what? Take it out of the third stimulus package and did by executive order today. Don't have to wait for it. Wow. So what is PEBT? It's if your child has to stay home because of the pandemic and you have to feed the child, then guess what? You get paid by SNAP for about $114 a month for the child. Joe Biden's not happy with that. He's raising it and he's making it national. So as of today, PEBT is now being paid nationally under SNAP at a 15% increase. To recap, family of four in Hawaii, normally $114 a month approximately. They're now getting an increase of 15% for 1 year. Then, if they have a child staying home from the pandemic because the school's closed, $114 for the child, plus a 15% increase for that as well. Wow, this is law. It is now on the books, and it's finally official. So far we've had rent, so far we've had the stimulus check, and so far we've also had the issue of food. What's next? Federal employees, hazard pay. Oh my goodness, some hazard pay. If you work for a third-party contractor that has a federal contract with the U.S. government, there is now a hazard pay provision on the book that says you have to pay that third-party contractor's employees at least $15 an hour and paid sick leave. Who are these type of people? They're people that are retained by the federal government to do things as non-employees. They're third-party contractors, like a gardening company that works for the federal government to clean the grounds around the federal building. Well, they can no longer hire employees at $8 an hour. They have to pay $15 an hour and paid sick leave. And this is a lot of money, because if you tune into the video after this, I go over how paid sick leave will be up to $1,400 a week. Yes, it's getting delicious, and we're only at the 7-minute mark of this video. I got so much more coming for you. Stay with me. In the second half of this video, I'm going to go over what's happening with SSI and SSDI. I'm going to be going over what's happening with that EIDL loan. I'm going to be going over what's happening next week on third stimulus, and I'll be also going over how soon can you see some more moolah. All right, now, let's cut to the other unpaid items. Well, The other unpaid items that Joe Biden is doing additionally, not by executive order, is EIDL. EIDL, the $10,000 EIDL grant you applied for in 2020 is getting paid whether you are low income or not low income. I've been telling you this, Jason's been telling you this, and I'm staying hard and fast. What's going on? Let me explain. SBA over the next few weeks, with the money they have from the second stimulus package, will be sending out email invites from sba.gov saying, hi, we ran your zip code. We see you're a low-income applicant from 2020. You never got the remainder of your $10,000 grant or didn't get the full $10,000 grant. Confirm your information, your banking account, your routing information, and then give us some documentation so that we can give you the remainder of the $10,000 grant. That's low income, but my insight and sources suggest they're not stopping there. After they do that group, then they're heading to the 2020 applicants that were not low income. And by all accounts, they will not ask for that documentation. They'll just simply send the money. Third, they'll then turn to the agricultural applicants who never got their grant. They're next in T because they were under the second stimulus. Remember, first stimulus was EIDL grants for everyone. Then there was second stimulus that passed in December for low income and agricultural. They're trying to get all three of them fixed and paid out ASAP before third stimulus comes on the book. And they have enough money. I'm really excited for you. So now let's turn to SSI and SSDI, student loan debt forgiveness, the teachers, and the job creations. You have first stimulus, March last year. You have second stimulus from December of last year. You have third stimulus, which they're working on right now. And then comes everything else is standalone bills. SSI and SSDI will get a standalone bill, that $200 a month that goes on top of your benefits, whether you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or railroad benefits, and also a new benchmark, different than COLA. COLA doesn't do much for anyone, so every year you would get a new benchmark that would assess your benefits upwards, and then a new lifetime increase up to 20%. This is a standalone bill. And ultimately, I got to give you a message like my EIDL viewers. I started on April 25th. I have had people wait till today. Today, we're in January 2021 that have never gotten paid since March of last year. My SSI viewers, sit back. Sit back and be calm because I see the comments. You're saying, when am I getting my SSI? When am I getting that money? When am I getting the money? Stay calm because there's so many people that have still not been paid from the months before your bill that are getting paid. They got to pay first stimulus, then second stimulus. And that second stimulus is you, by the way. Second stimulus is you. It's the free rent. It's the free internet. It's the free utilities. It's the free childcare. It's the free, the stimulus check. And then there's then there's the unpaid stimulus check from last year you may have gotten. They got to take care of you for that before they get to the SSI bill. So have some patience. Next after you, or around the same time, is the student loan debt forgiveness of $10,000. It's happening as a standalone bill. Then the teachers have a standalone bill for their grants in their schools. And finally, the roadways and the highways, the infrastructure bill. That has to be done. There's a lot of things that still have to be done that haven't even started. So please understand, there's moolah for you, I have for you, under first and second stimulus before we get to third stimulus and standalone stimulus. All right, next. What else? Well, as you sit here today, you need to pull out that PDF if you're a member, folks. Oh my goodness. You got to pull out that, that's not the PDF. This is the PDF. You got to pull out that PDF and look and see what things are unpaid under first stimulus and what things are unpaid under second stimulus. And guess what? There's a lot of fixing to get done. So let me go over where we are now on unpaid items that are getting paid. First stimulus check. They're preparing to do the first stimulus check unpaid either by going to an IRS portal and providing the information you need to get the payment of that check, or having you file a tax return to trigger that check to be sent to you by refund. Remember, Anyone can file a tax return. Anyone can file a tax return. Even if you're not required to file a tax return, you can file a tax return just to get the refund. That's the first stimulus check. Same thing with the second stimulus check. FPUC at $300 a week to March under second stimulus. Some states have still not paid it, like Pennsylvania. Department of Labor stepping in for you folks. Don't worry. Department of Labor stepping in to ensure, why are you not getting paid this? SNAP. SNAP is now 1 year of SNAP increases at 15%. And PEBT is now 1 year of PEBT increases under the Department of Agriculture. Rent and utilities has now gone across the country. And the way you get the rent and utilities is you reach out to 211 or 311 where you live, because the applications are being run by the cities and counties. They're following the guidelines of the Department of Treasury. Now, if you're one of those people that says, I sense trouble here, reach out to the volunteers, because they can get you rent and utilities through simpler means like nonprofits, like CARES Act 1 money. Childcare, free internet. Those are next to go live under second stimulus. And make a note. I haven't nada. I haven't gotten this. I am owed this. Make a note on the PDF. Finally, EIDL applications of 2021. Yes, so now this is where it gets a little strange. You're supposed to, as you see on the PDF, get an EIDL for agriculture or low income now as a new applicant. Stay with me. They're going to get to that as well. They just haven't gotten to it. Finally, PPP. The big exciting great news for PPP is that PPP is now open at your commercial banks, the banks that are on your street corners. So if you want a PPP, if you're an Uber, Lyft, or Grubhub, or Airbnb, or anyone like that, or a plumber, electrician, go get a PPP. And there you are. I'm so excited for you. There's so much great news of people who have been unpaid for a year or months or weeks. That's changing starting today, as I told you it would be happening on Friday's Stimulus Day. But what's coming next on the horizon? What's on the tracks coming into the station in the future? That's the video right after this. It's third stimulus. Join me for third stimulus as I go over what is next to come to you. And then I'm back live with Bean and Mitch. Stay informed, stay focused, keep smiling, and if you've not become a member, click the member link in the pinned comment, in the description, and also at the top of the chat, at the top of the video. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay in that life for more.